It's so dark. I messaged the Facebook chat and I said, you should see if Nate is available and if he'd want to watch. Why not? Um, sorry for the late stream. Matt was busy tonight. He had a late customer, and then me and Leo went to town and got McDonald's, and I realized that Spirit Halloween is open, and so we went to Spirit Halloween. So we just got home like 20 minutes ago. And yeah, that's why I'm tardy. He's always on the phone with his mom. Okay. I mean, you can message him if you want to, otherwise, whatever. Okay. Let's get into it. Oh, yes. I remember where we're at. I kind of want to do a quick glance. She's a little down with a lot of people. God, I hope we finish her up. I plan on streaming for at least 2 hours, so hope you're willing to stay up until 11. Yeah, he is. And then, how far are we? We're not far at all, I believe. Not far at all. Makes me so mad that we had no say in this matter and it just threw us up there. Look at all that bullshit we missed. And now we're here, huh? Well, at least we get this little experience. Well, I guess let's go. Okay. Alright. She hastily averts her eyes, a surefire indicator this is going to be one of those lengthy conversations that can possibly end with the other person angry. Again. It's one thing I'd like to avoid tonight at all costs. Still, I've made a promise to Ashton and Zachary. If she didn't talk to them, who else is she going to talk to? If she keeps all this to herself, who knows what might happen?
Isabella, you can tell me. Is it about your family?
Oh yeah, that's right. There was some kind of hinting that maybe something happened with her dad, but nothing ever got answered because she didn't want to talk to anybody about it. Okay, well, a slight movement of her lips, although a frown, it's a reaction at least. I'm getting there.
Rose?
She merely shakes her head. Just a little more.
Come on, I know something happened. I don't know if it's because of Rose, but I know it's related to her somehow. You weren't here when I visited this morning, and both Zachary and Ashton are worried about you. If you don't want to tell them, you can tell me. Does it have something to do with work? Office?
If I didn't know her, I might have missed it. She shifts then, her fists clenching tight and teeth biting her lower lip, and there's fear. The look of terror in her is the last thing I expected to see out of everything. Her mouth trembles briefly before she opens them. When she finally voices it out, the words simply spill out of her mouth. Hi, Nate! Hello! Happy you're here. You missed a lot, but I figured it'd be fun to have you here anyway. Should we give him a brief synopsis? Basically, this is Isabella on the screen. We are currently playing as Rose. Rose is a bitch. She's the worst friend ever. Isabella is sweet little bean. There's a boy named Ashton who's kind of a prick and a weirdo, but he's a detective. There's Zachary. He's best boy in the entire universe. I think you've seen him. And then there's a rich couple named Hannah and Luke, and they're both blonde, and Luke is a prick, but he's funny as hell, and Hannah is currently possessed by the demon of the house that they just bought, which is a huge mansion with a bunch of history and lore, and some freaky shit went down there, and we've only uncovered a teeny tiny bit of it, but we're starting to get there. And right now we're currently playing as Rebecca, and we've played these people already. Marianne is the, I want to say real estate agent, that's not true. She's the interior designer for Luke and Hannah. Oh, and here's all the characters right here. So, and now we're like, oh, and there's also like a journal that has like calendar days, and I think today is like this day or this day. I don't know, but yeah, so freaky shit goes down. Isabella finds this letter in the attic. Everybody sees the letter, everybody gets possessed. She works for a realtor corporation, and she's the one who sold the rich couple the house. This is what they look like, they're right here. This is them as well. Zachary makes films, they go to see a film. Also, Isabella keeps seeing there's a creepy demon girl who's got like long black hair, and she's kind of like Japanesey, Asian-ish kind of looking. But we don't know her name, even though I think I might know her name now. I didn't look anything up. I just rewatched the stream, and I think they name dropped the demon. So, yeah, and she's all like bleedy and bruised, and her skin's all cut up, and she's got disgusting like feet, and oh, yeah, you'll see. You're bound to see her at least once this playthrough. I mean, that's about the gist. This is Zachary. He's a photographer and also makes films. This is Luke. This is Marianne. Marianne and Luke fucked before Marianne realized that Luke was married. This is Ashton. This is Kylie. Kylie is the rich, snobby guy's niece. Oh, and this is Hans. He's their German gay butler. So, you're kind of caught up to snuff now. Yeah, oh. I'm not saying shit, but I think they mentioned it last time we played. I remembered stuff. Oh, yeah, and Rose. Rose is Rose was Isabella's real estate companion. I wish there'd be a better picture of Rose. She has green hair if you ever see her come up, but there's also, in the midst of all of this, there's like a serial killer that goes by the name of the Anselm Butcher, who is also somehow like, I don't know if he's really intertwined with the story, but I'm sure he is because they mention him all the time. But Ashton, who's a cop, is on the case of who the Anselm Butcher is, and he thinks he might know who it is, but he's also not sure. So that's kind of where we're at right now. There's the ghost shit that we need to figure out, and this family that lives there who's got possessed, and also this serial killer on the loose. So I think you've been fully caught up now. All right, and now we're talking to Isabella, who is upset about something. All right, here we go. One after another, all of it. True to what I've promised her, I listen, because this is something she's been keeping to herself, even from the two most dependable people I know. The fact she chooses to tell me this speaks a lot to me. Also, there's a whole bunch of family lore, and everybody's got their own backstory. Like, here, I'll show you. Everybody's got their own profile. It says what star sign they are, how old they are, where they're from, their religion, their whole fucking backstory. Everybody's got a backstory. We're only here so far, so we can't see these two. I mean, it's not terribly important to the lore, but basically Isabella's dad is he lives in the Philippines, and he's ill, and she's here in England. This is some nondescript place in England that Isabella's been living at for 5 years, and she like funds her father's medical bills essentially. And then she's also got like 6 or 7 brothers and sisters that live with them. Either way, A lot of lore. Lore is important, but I don't have the time to dish it all out right now. Okay.
Becca, she was there again.
Oh, and also, fuck Becca, if I hadn't said that already. Nobody believes, this is Isabella right here. Bella is queen. She sees all these things, all these spooky things, and nobody ever fucking believes her until it's too late. And Becca's a prick, so we hate Becca.
Last night? In the office? Boss passed me all of Rose's workload yesterday. For the Ermengarde mansion. I had to stay late to finish them all. And then, when I was about to go home, I saw her. I saw her again. She was standing in front of me again last night, Becca. I couldn't get away. She was blocking the door. If I hadn't hidden myself, even if I made the tiniest noise, if she found me.
Becca better fucking believe her this time, because she saw her in her rearview mirror, Becca did, and so she knows. She's got like an inkling of what's going on here. Like, there's nothing to not believe anymore. You don't just see shit like that. Like, you saw a gory, bloodied woman in your rearview mirror in high detail, and you like literally like this and this, she looks like this and this. It's like, you don't just envision that. You don't just envision something like that. So if Becca gives her any hell, there's no redeeming Becca.
Becca, she almost did. If she saw me under my table, I think I'm scared.
Oops.
I'm so scared I won't be able to do anything.
By the end, her hands are trembling and her breathing comes out in rasping intervals. For a long moment, I let the silence stretch out between us, let her sobs fill it instead. But even as her soft whimpers die down minutes later, there's a heaviness hanging in the air. I mean, this is peak terrified, but she's been very scared and very fucking serious, and everybody's like, whatever. It's like, fuck you people. Not just from her, but also from me. From my exasperation over this whole matter. From my own frustrations over her over her stupid superstitions, when she could do all of us a favor and grow a backbone. Fuck you up the ass, Becca. Fuck you so hard. I hate your guts. Your judgmental, prissy, rich, lonely, only child guts. Fuck, I'm sorry. What a fucking bitch. She may be young, but she's no longer that young. I can't wait till you die, Becca. It's about time to put an end to this. She can't keep going on like this. I'll bet you tonight Becca just gets it. She's still got plenty of years to live out. And what if she goes home? What if we're no longer there to keep her fears in line with what's real? I'm glad we've turned you on Becca instantly. What would she do then? I'm more afraid for her, for what that kind of imagination will do to her, than of what some imaginary monster could. But with the manner she's looking at me right now, there's an expectation in it, a hope and a plea sewn together. She wants me to believe her this time. As you should. If it's like that, then what am I supposed to say now? What she wants to hear or what she needs to hear? I mean, it is literally your call. What do we want these relationships to look like? Do we want Becca to be an isolated coont? Or do we want to force her to be compassionate in some way, shape, or form? Like, this isn't even very compassionate. Is this why you didn't go home last night? You know Becca's gonna say it in like a sneery voice. But this is like straight up, ooh, let's look at the branching tree. Oh, and also this is the branching tree. Every character has a branching tree, and it shows you the red is the line that we followed based off of our choices we made. Sometimes we don't get a choice. Like, if in Bella's playthrough we made a choice that is like you can't later change it in the story. So if like this is a question and it's like Ashton is not here, if later we're playing as Ashton, like he's not, it's gonna be based off of what we chose in a previous person's playthrough. So this is Bella's. I'm not gonna show you all of them, and this is Becca's, and currently we are right here. So this little bit doesn't really mean much. I mean, it might mean something further down the line, but I'm also looking for deets, because look at how much there is here. Like, look at all this shit that you miss. You can go down there and go wee and miss all that stuff on that top timeline, and then come here. It's like, ugh, these timelines are a mess. Okay, I want to comfort Bella a little bit, but like I want Becca to be a bitch because it might get her in more trouble. And I think pushing the envelope, not that I want Becca to be a bitch to Bella, but I think pushing the envelope and doing what the game thinks that you wouldn't pick because you want to be kind to Bella, or any situation where like you want to do the right thing, like it's just the way most people think. I feel like if we like push the envelope, it will lead to a bigger reward for us at the end of Becca's playthrough, because I want those fucking memory fragments, and I think you have to play kind of, I don't know, like, in a way that makes you uncomfortable, I think, because we played Zach's very, like, ballsy, and that's the only memory fragment we got. Yeah. We make her a bitch, will it raise the chances that she will die? I don't know. See, I don't know if I feel like people eventually do actually die. I feel like there are more stakes towards the end of the game. So like, let me quick show you Zach's. So Zach's is the only person I've played where we have died. But it's so, you can start from the beginning of it's basically like a mini game where you have to try to fight the ghosts right here. So we failed this QTE, not we, and we died and we got a game over, but we were able to obviously continue on from there and finish out his storyline. Holy shit. I think Zach is legit dead. I never went and looked back on Maggie. I'm gonna cry. Maggie saw. I think he's actually dead. The only time that there is a fucking skull, just like here, is when you die, but you have to continue the storyline. I've literally never gone back and looked at Zach's story. But you know what? Maybe a loss of a life is a memory fragment. I hate to be that way. I really, really do. I know. I feel so... When I fucking saw that skull, dude, like, my brain felt like I dropped it in, like, fryer grease. It was like dead static air. I am so upset by that. I truly do think, though, I remember I was like, we gotta be ballsy. I don't think that's enough. I think you have to die. I've never seen anybody get him. Granted, I've only seen one person play. I know I'm wasting so much time talking right now instead of actually playing, but like, that was a kick to the gut to see this skull. He's dead, dude. He is straight up dead. Until we see him again, I fully believe he is dead. Ending 2, which means this was his ending where you don't die. I can't fucking wait to see what Savannah has to say about this shit. She's gonna weep. She's gonna cry. I'm so distraught by this information right now. I can't believe that. I can, because what else would have happened? He was basically, Nate, he was locked in a jail cell, and Hannah, who him and her had kind of started becoming friends. Hana, who's possessed by the demon, showed up. It wasn't. It was just the demon presenting as Hana in the moment. And he was locked in a jail cell, so he couldn't go anywhere. And he was locked in a jail cell because we made him break and enter the mansion because there was somebody crying. And so it's our fault that he went to jail. But now yeah, we got something cool, but at what cost? But that memory, I truly now believe it's not being ballsy. It is in some way because you're willing to risk somebody's life, but it's the loss of a life. I'm certain of it now. Well, you can't have a criminal record as a dead guy, so his record's been cleared. I can't. I'm still so literally distraught by that information. I can't believe after that we never bothered to go back to look at Zach's timeline. I literally can't fucking wait to see what Savannah has to say about that. She's gonna scream. That's so disheartening. That poor baby. He's the best character too. He's the best. Just so genuine and sweet. This is gonna kill me. Because there's a scene later on where all of you go to the mansion. And like you're there and you're skulking around for shit. And now Zach's not gonna be there. 'Cause he's fucking dead. Which means maybe it doesn't. Maybe Isabella's too important. I was gonna say, maybe that last scene, well, let's go look. The very last thing we did with her. No, there's literally no way in which you would die. I mean, maybe with Zach's, it didn't look like that. See, look at his leg goes all the way to the end. But if you go to Isabella's, here's the like little QTE, which we didn't fail. There would have been no way. This is the only up story path here. Dude, I'm like, why did we have to kill him, Law? I don't want him. I know. Well, rip Zach. Holy shit. I can't fucking believe. This whole time we just made a joke that like, oh, he's dead. But I didn't honestly think he would be dead. But now that information leads me to believe that he's dead. It's a skull. What else am I supposed to interpret from that? Okay. Fuck, let's get back to this. Holy shit. I hate being put in this situation. I hate being the one holding the truths people need to hear. Oh, I bet you she's... Yeah, look at... I mean, that wasn't too significant of a negative jump, but it's... I mean, a little bit. When the jokes get too real. Yeah. Holy shit, dude. Oh, God. Okay. More than all of that, I hate knowing precisely how people would react once the words are out in the open. I don't know if I read that or not. Sorry. And Isabella's never hard to figure out. You get what you see with her. When she's happy, she's happy. When she's upset, she's upset. There's no middle ground. Most of the time, it's a good thing. Sometimes it's just plain difficult. But as harsh as this is, it's what she needs to hear.
Isabella, I already told you.
It's okay if you don't believe me.
Her answer is so glaringly cheerful, it makes me stop. She's repressing it. She's repressing it. It's not okay that you don't believe her. She just doesn't want to make you upset. Skulls mean Halloween. Skulls mean Halloween. Technically, actually, Zach died on Halloween. October 31st. There's Zach in jail with the creepy Hana. It's Halloween. I admire your optimism, Nate. But I don't know if I fully believe you. Alright, she's avoiding my eyes when I turn to her, going through the papers again without really reading them, pretending her attention's only halfway where I need it to be. Yeah, he really did call that. It's an obvious distraction for her, so she won't have to listen to look at me. Hard truths are always the toughest to face after all.
I know you guys aren't really into that kind of stuff.
That's not what I meant. This isn't even about being into that kind of stuff.
And you never were. I've known that from the start.
Will you let me finish talking first?
It's okay. I know what you're going to say. You always have this weird look on you when you want to scold someone, so I know. Or I have an idea, at least. And I don't blame you. I'm aware that it's hard to believe. I can't fault you for that.
She exhales, folding her arms against her body as if to brace herself. There's another truth she carries with her. It says. Oh, I think I read that. Fucked up. Oh. One she said to us several times already, but this time when she utters it again, it's without any expectations. Just a simple fact to be laid out, leaving it up to us to take it.
But I've seen it more than once already. I know for sure she's real.
Something in the world, her world, has moved, I realize. A subtle shift. A change so minute I barely even notice it until it already did so. Little by little, without bothering to wait, she's moving away from us. And frankly, I don't know what to make of that. Afterwards, a hush stretches out before us. For Isabella, this is rare. This isn't her. Yet, in this moment, as she fiddles with the edge of another paper near her, as she hugs her knees close to herself and lets a pensive expression linger on her, it feels strangely fitting. As if this is where everything's supposed to lead to if we allowed it long ago. Seconds later, the moment is broken by the sound of a door easing open and a voice begging some little peace.
How many times have I told you girls not to loiter around the hallway? It's noisy. Some people here are trying to sleep. Quiet down or go do your talking inside. I'm pinning a memo to your door the next time this happens. Millennials.
Millennials. Shut the fuck up, old bitch. Alright. Yeah, Bella's the best. We can't let anything happen to Bella. We can't. But if it gets us a memory fragment, we've already sacrificed the best guy in the game. Arguably best character, hands down.
Sorry, we won't do it again.
You'd better.
Yeah, it don't matter. The door closes and Isabella starts gathering the mess she's made and carefully stacking them all in her arm. At a loss for what to do. I hate that. This is like the third or fourth time they say that. At a lost. I thought it was at a loss, not at a lost. But the fuck do I know, I guess. I help her pick them, and for the first time I get a closer look at it. Completely unintentional, of course, but it catches my attention nevertheless, and a confused frown makes its way to my face. Why is she looking through this? I look to her for an explanation, but she merely ignores the question in my eyes, takes the paper off my hands, and finishes cleaning up. The last paper she puts on top is a letter. The one she supposedly found in the mansion, and that's probably the root cause of this odd behavior. I shoot her a questioning look for that, too. But all she gives me is a smile. And in a halting tone, so completely unlike her.
Becca, I'll find a way out of this. You guys don't have to worry about me.
Oh, poor baby. She's got the world on her fucking shoulders, and now she's got this shit crushing down on her even more. This poor girl, she is a rock.
Anyways, I should go. I'll see you later.
Where are you going?
Getting myself some food. Don't wait for me.
I mean, I know that you're probably mad at Becca right now, but maybe you shouldn't be alone right now, Bella. I don't know. Isabella walks away before I can stop her, before I can remind her I've brought food enough for the two of us. That's right, she went to the diner and got food. She quickly disappears down the stairwell while I'm left standing in an empty hallway holding 2 bags of takeout. One of them will go uneaten now, or tonight. Just an innocent passing thought. One that I don't dwell on as much as I head back to my room. I ignore all of it in the same way I've assumed I won't ever encounter that douche again. Oh yeah, Becca ran into Luke at the diner. Or at the cafe, rather. Oh, it's the 27th now, huh? Let's take a look at that. Okay, so... What was the update? Rebecca found Isabella. Oh yeah, she's making her phone calls. Now it's the 27th, which is the day before. Oh yeah, there was a big party at the mansion for their housewarming party. Oh yeah, by the way, the interior designer lady went down in the wine cellar, found a hidden door, and there's like a dungeon in there with like steel bars around like doors, and there's a big like long hallway. That's a little bit of information that you might want to know. But yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, there was a big party and a bunch of shit went awry at the party. And so this is the day before the party. And also Becca was at the party. So this is the day before the party. Becca was at the party and then shit went down. This is the day that Hana got possessed by putting this necklace on. And she was already possessed, but she put the necklace on. Alright. The brief lull the past 2 days has offered is nice while it lasted, or as nice as it can get with worries of Isabella's whereabouts creeping up to me every now and then. She hasn't showed up after that last talk we had in the hallway, and the dinner I've bought has since been given to a different neighbor before it spoils. Okay, yeah, so Bella's playthrough ended. I'm just kind of bringing Nate up to snuff. Bella, the last day we saw her in her playthrough was the 24th. So we played Bella from like the 18th until the 24th. But Zach died on this day. So definitely also he's definitely dead because I believe they go to the mansion. This is the evening they go to the mansion because this is the last day. So it's kind of like the we wrapped it up day, you know what I mean? He's definitely dead. Damn. But anyway, but we were like, where the fuck is Bella? Like, when the party happened, Zach went to the party, Ash went to the party, Becca went to the party. And we didn't see Bella, so we're like, where's Bella? And so, Becca just said, it's now the 27th, they just talked on the 25th, and she hasn't seen Becca or Bella in 2 days, so. Nobody knows where she is right now. She hasn't showed up, I already said that. By all means, this shouldn't be anything to lose sleep over. She's gone on work trips before, usually for a day or two. This might simply be one of those. Although it's often with a message saying exactly where. But it's the dour note she had ended our last chat with that gnaws.
Like an ugly premonition.
And as expected, just as things start to settle and a steady rhythm finally worms its way back to my routine, Thursday morning brings further disturbance to the now calm waters. With little ceremony, though still enough to ripple through everything. In retrospect, I really should have seen this coming. Luxburn is a small city, relatively speaking, compared to, say, London or Glasgow. It's nothing but a tiny mass of land boasting a mere population of 68,000. That's a big city. There's a little, every once in a while in this background chatter of these characters here, somebody goes, and I don't like it. It makes me go, what? Every time. Listen for it. But those numbers alone are nothing to scoff at when standing in a busy street. If you pay close enough attention, faces taking the crosswalk or riding the subway will soon grow familiar. How unfortunate that out of that number, it has to be Tio fucking Luke I encounter more than once.
Oh, you know, a few problems popping up here and there that the agents failed to tell us somehow.
Yes. Matt literally has told me, he goes, when I'm driving, do not gasp. Because I used to gasp literally if I saw a squirrel. I'd go, oh, it's a squirrel. And he would be like, do not gasp. He said, unless it's like a moose or something that's big enough to damage the vehicle. He said, do not gasp. Because I used to gasp all the time and it would give him so much anxiety. Oh my god.
Nothing a few hired hands can't fix, of course. I would have preferred a place near the city and something that's new to save us all the trouble. But darling wife insisted. Who am I to say no?
You know what I just thought? She was literally locked in a cell. And she didn't die. She has 4 possible endings. That's how you know. That's how you know if somebody can die. If they have, just like Zach had ending 2. Marianne has 3 possible endings. And she got locked in a cell in the dungeon. Zach had 2 possible endings. Hannah has... I mean, what does this say? Ending 1. She has 3 endings. Wow. I think Bella's only got the 1 ending. No, she has 3 endings. She could die too. I think that's what that means. I bet she is still down there. How did hers even end? Go in. Go in where again? The cell? Yeah. It must have been go in the cell. Or go down the hallway or something. I think. She's just sitting there. She's like, technically for her, she went down on this day. And it's this day. So she's not down there yet. But if we're down there these days, she'll be there. Hopefully.
Ah, are you kidding me?
His smug head is the first thing I see upon turning into the hall, in spite of the small crowd of parents and students gathered at the corridor for the primary's career day. It's not that he stands out. He's pretty unremarkable at first glance, frankly. Yeah, that's what everybody says when they think somebody's attractive at first but hate them. He's pretty okay, I guess. Alright. However, it's his countenance that draws people's eyes to him. The manner he carries himself with all the confidence in the world, his mere presence dwarfing everything around him. At that point, I think we were already in the cellar. I think it was like go in the gate or like go down. I can't remember the options. I'm willing to make a bet he's also enjoying the attention it garners him, especially the ones coming from the women.
What an ass.
A single glance at him and I know immediately that, one way or another, if we ever bump into each other again, my day will effectively be ruined for some capacity. I had to say it like that. Did you hear it? Somebody did that like... He also exudes that air. The sort that makes you want to run over him with a lorry and pass it off as an unfortunate accident. With him, it's either you want to punch him or let yourself be charmed. There's no in-between. I'll gladly do the honor of the former myself, but alas, there are people around us. Now I'm stuck with having to face one of the two.
I shouldn't have volunteered.
At the time, helping out sounded a good idea. I've no classes left today until after lunch. I could have opted to stay at the teacher's lounge and work on my lesson plans, but that means being left alone with our deputy head and his chatter. He's a good man, but Crivens, he can talk anyone's ears off. So the moment an opportunity rose, I jumped on it. It's a simple task to boot. Just deliver a whole box of materials and a few posters for the event. Maybe stay around to assist if time will allow it. I just wasn't expecting him to show up here. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Had I known, I would have stayed and suffered through our deputy's impromptu speeches about his life crisis instead. But what's done is done. Going back is also out of the question. With how unexpectedly heavy the load I'm carrying is, I'd hate to lug this for a trip back just because my pride can't take another second of interaction with the guy. He's insufferable, all right, but I've had my fair share of dealings with teens of more or less the same temperament, all considerably younger than him, and they listened. If he wants to be difficult like last time, so be it, but he can bet his sorry English ass I'm not standing down. Left no other choice, I brace myself and suck in a breath, mustering every bit of patience I have as I step into the hall. My grip on the box tightens when I pull it closer to me and attempt to assume a low-key air as I amble towards the room. The box is not big enough to hide my face, even with the stuff piled on top, but if all else fails, I can just hit him with it. Still, a small prayer forms in my head. If there's even one out there listening, please grant me enough restraint. Better yet, I hope he doesn't notice me at all. That'll definitely make my life easier. Seriously, how hard can it be? He's standing a few ways from the door, but there are plenty of people between us to use for cover. If I'm careful, I can just go in, hand in the stupid box to whoever's in charge, forget every plan of staying longer than necessary, and step out as soon as I can. Easy as pie. But as luck would have it, the exact moment I reach the room's threshold, someone barrels towards me. She latches onto my waist before topping the sudden commotion with a gleeful squeal.
I knew it's you!
The force of it nearly throws me off balance, sending the items stacked atop the box tilting dangerously to the sides. With the child's added weight at my waist pinning me on the spot, both of my hands occupied, watching is the only thing I'm able to do. The short seconds in between slows as everything gradually slides off the box's small surface. Under different circumstances, this would have made for a funny story some other time. Comical, even. Until another set of hands reaches out and steadies the posters, threatening to take a nosedive right to the floor. Ooh, Luke, are you gonna save the day?
Oh, careful now, Daisy. Don't make a mess here.
Where can I make a mess, though, Luke? Also, we're a little into Luke, by the way. He's kind of a prick. He's kind of an awful person, but he says some things that are funny, and I like his voice actor, and so... LOL. My entire body freezes. Upon hearing his voice alone, an irrational impulse to hit him immediately bubbles up. But before my limbs could catch up with what my brain is currently screaming at me, he moves to take the burden off my arms. Irritation gives way to surprise, then confusion. It is in that moment when instinct finally kicks in and I tug the box closer to me before he can fully lift it off.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? You're surprisingly slow on the uptake with someone of your profession, aren't you? Bloody, doesn't this school have people for this kind of work? So much for being a center of academic excellence.
I'm going to ignore that slight to my alma mater and my work, because that's not what I'm trying to get at. You know what? Why don't we just rephrase that to something you'll easily understand?
The one thing I do like about Rebecca is the way she talks. She's very crisp. Just like, what? And don't, and just. I don't know, I kind of like that. It makes her voice kind of fun to listen to.
Why exactly are you doing this?
Well, you look like you could use a bit of help. Have you seen your face while you were heaving this around?
Mister, I'm pretty sure if there's ever a look on my face, It's entirely because I saw something extremely unpleasant this morning.
Aren't you a ball of sunshine today, Daisy? Having a bad day, aren't we?
Oh, you have no idea.
I'd put it away if I were you. You might scare the children.
That line was meant to be creepy, but
You don't have to worry about that. This isn't my department. I was just asked to bring these. Anyway, I can handle this myself, mister. The room's just right over there. Behind you, in fact. Now, if you could please move over and make way, it would do the whole world some good.
he really does. Sometimes his line deliveries are like. Keeping my voice level throughout is a miracle in itself, but regardless of how polite my request is, he doesn't budge. Ooh, that bastard. Did what I've just said merely fly over his head? Were my choices of words really that difficult to comprehend? Surely it shouldn't be that hard. I think he might be a little touched in the head. I'd like to ask him that, actually, but Kylie chooses that instant to pipe in.
Don't worry, Miss Pink. Tio's strong. You can leave this to him. My papa does it lots of times, but I'm not allowed to talk about it to anyone.
Oh, her papa asks Luke to do the heavy lifting and she doesn't want to rat her dad out.
Tio says it's
Confidential, Munchkin.
That's right. Tio's smart, isn't he, Miss Pink?
Oh God, you're really backing her into a corner. I'm still of the opinion that he's a piece of shite, but I must admit his goddaughter's excitement is contagious as always. He is. You remember when he was in the cafe with her and he was kind of like being a prick to her? And I was like, I'm really surprised. I remember him being so sweet to her. But he is really cute with her. I remember there being scenes. Oh, when we play as him, he interacts with Kylie a fair amount. And I remember him being very sweet to her. And his like inner thoughts of her, I remember being sweet. I just remember they have a good relationship. And so I was surprised when he was kind of like a jackass to her. A smile makes its way to my lips. She has yet to budge from her place, though to be honest, I'm starting to lose some feeling on my stomach with how tightly she's wound her arms around it.
I'm sure he is, Kylie. But I'm also sure he'll find better use for it elsewhere.
Like helping you out.
Oh, well, that's one thing, but
You heard the kid.
no one's asking you.
Oh, you wound me, woman.
And I'm quite certain I can do more damage than that. Shall we give it a try? Again?
Look at his little puppy dog. Aw, he looks so cute here. Ah! I don't think I've ever seen him have that face. He pales, stammers for a bit, until he ultimately decides against saying anything and settles for a brief show of discomfort instead. You know what? I think him and Rebecca, in maybe another life, they butt heads in such a way that it's almost like tension, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they really meet each other's, like, feistiness. I feel like Hana is too, dare I say, demure, and she's very sweet and she means well, but she can't fight Luke, like, with her words quite like Becca can. Does he look so dumb, bro? He's kind of looking unpredictable and submissive. I mean, if you would have watched the Marianne playthrough, you would know that he's not very submissive. But I digress. I think I read this. Settles for a brief show of discomfort instead. Yes. He's probably having flashbacks of the last time we met. Oh yeah, Becca kicked him in the nads last time they met. His composure, when he finally regains some of his bearings, says it all. It's nothing short of hilarious if I do say so myself.
I'll have you know that threats never work on me, Daisy.
Is he blushing? He's definitely blushing.
Not in a million years, not ever.
You're assuming it's a threat. How cute.
That too. I'm not scared of you.
Or is that just like his natural color? I'm waiting to see if it fades.
Just because you landed a hit.
Do go on. Keep telling yourself that.
It was a fluke, you hear?
It was a blush! It was! He was fucking blushing. I kinda, as much as I don't like Becca, and I do like Luke, I kinda ship them together. Sorry, Hannah. Sorry, Hannah. He likes Becca and how feisty she is.
I was caught off guard and your damn book left a dent. If I end up in a hospital because of what you did, I'm sending the chief of Luxburn Police after you, woman.
You don't say.
I agree. They're just so fun. They match each other's feisty and each other's freak.
Just give me that bloody box.
She also is like such a good like like I said, they really like equally buck each other. Maybe that was a bad choice of words. But you know what I mean? Like he'll back down to her. He understands that he's got like a worthy opponent to like fucking shoot the shit with. He snatches it out of my arms before a single word of protest exits my mouth and quickly disappears behind the classroom. Buck. Not that it matters who brings it in now, my prior irritation has already melted into amusement. He's not so bad once you figure out how his temperament works. It's almost similar to a child. She started to admit that he's alright as a person. This is literally a trope. If he wasn't married, I would literally call that they would get together. Though I still have to ask...
Kylie, did your Tio eat something bad before coming here? He's unusually nice today.
Far-fetched idea. I mean, if Becca hadn't assumed he was a child napper, he may have been a little nicer to you. Last time. A far-fetched idea, I know, but it's the only reason I can think of why this asshole is suddenly acting like a decent human he's quite frankly far from being. Is he high? Yeah, he's married. They can't get together. I mean, we don't know Hana's fate, technically. I don't know. First and foremost, I mean, it kind of depends on the ending. We'll see. We'll get there. First and foremost, we didn't end our last meeting on a good note. If I were him, I'd avoid the very person who put a dent on his skull, as he so aptly put it. Why is he acting friendly 2 days later?
He always is. But I made him promise to be extra nice to you, since you helped me so much.
I mean, sure. Anything's possible, I guess. The likelihood, pretty low, but we'll hold out hope.
I think you're gonna be great friends.
I quickly stomp on the urge to groan loudly or gag at that. He's the last person I'd ever want to be chummy with in this whole city, but Kylie doesn't need to know that.
Are you sure it's not something he ate during breakfast?
I gave him some jelly babies this morning. Really brought me lots of them. Mama said I should share, so I offered half of it to Tio when he picked me up. He likes the black ones.
Ooh, black like his soul.
Oh, that's probably why he's weird. Jelly baby overdose.
Ew, I'm assuming jelly babies are like jelly belly, like beans. And if that's the case, Luke, you like black licorice. Ugh. Matt likes black licorice too. He could have done everyone a favor and choked on them while he's at it.
You want some? I've got more. I couldn't find Melody or Takako this morning, but I'm sure they'll be fine sharing some of it with you.
No, I'm not really very fond of them. I was just asking. Oh, where's your mum, by the way?
Yeah, Matt likes black licorice. Yeah. There's something else he really likes, and it's odd. Yeah, it is gross. Brother, ooh. And he doesn't like, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about mushrooms, but I really like mushrooms, so I don't know. He just never wants, he doesn't like rice. What peasant doesn't like rice? I love rice, and then we can never eat it because he doesn't like, oh, I'm glad you like mushrooms. Me too.
Out of town with Papa.
An unexpected pang hits me at her words. The statement, though innocent enough, unearths a whole trunk of memories from childhood, so eerily familiar. Dry mushrooms like on a salad. Yeah, that's the only kind of mushroom he'll eat too, is dry on a salad. Yeah. I mean, that's technically what it is. Nights spent eating dinners alone, the number of days coming home to an empty house growing with each passing year, and sometimes several Christmas Eves spent with relatives instead of my own family. It's too late to think about it now, but when I remember, the dull ache is still there, familiar, though lessened by the years now. Beside me, Kylie takes a step back, having gotten tired of clinging to me. There's nothing but cheer in her. She doesn't seem too affected by the fact. Although it makes me wonder how much of it is real, and how much is there to mask the loneliness, if there's even one. I mean, she at least has her brother, so even if she feels kind of similar to Becca as a child, she still has an older brother. Becca didn't even have that. Oh, sorry, y'all, my back is stiff. I don't actually ever sit back in this chair. I just, like, constantly am sitting very tall. Oh, man. What a lucky child.
Weren't they informed of career day beforehand?
Yeah, I told them all about it. Mama was looking forward to it.
And they still left?
Uh-huh. It's important business, so it can't be helped.
I mean, I don't think it's a wrong... Oops, sorry. I don't think it's a wrong way to phrase it, to dry mushrooms. But there's also, like, powdered mushroom, which would be dry. And there's, like, dehydrated mushroom, which would be dry. So, raw, I guess, is the technical way you would say. I don't know. I don't think you're wrong.
They promised to tell me about it when they come back tomorrow, though. Papa said he'll give me a gift if I behave. I've been a good girl, right, Miss Pink?
You always are. But they asked that they asked your Tio to look after you? For this?
Nope, they didn't.
No? Then how?
It was supposed to be Tia. Mama likes her better than Tio, so she asked her, but she's sick and had to visit the doctor today.
Oh yeah, heads up, Hana is pregnant, and Luke doesn't know. She's really struggling to tell Luke, so that's probably why she's at the doctor, if I had to guess.
Oh, that's supposed to be a secret, by the way. Oh, but I think it's a bit confusing because Tio said she also went shopping.
This is the day before the party, so this is... Hana, Marianne, and Zach are all shopping out together right now. Oh, it was... When we first found out about that, we were like, holy shit!
That's unfair. Don't you think so, Miss Pink? Mama doesn't allow me to go out when I'm sick. It's still okay, though, since Tio always buys me sweets before we go home. I'm gonna ask for a parfait today. Extra large. Don't tell Takako, okay?
Listening to her like this, it's easy to get a picture of where Kylie's fondness for the guy comes from. She's far from a demanding child unless you've made a promise of some sort. She never forgets those. She'll make friends with anyone wherever she is. Buy her a few things and voila, you're settled. No wonder she's so attached to the man. The douche probably showers her with gifts whenever he can. That rhymed. I can't say if the sentiment's the same for the latter, however. He doesn't seem the type and probably just does it for the sake of getting some peace and quiet whenever he's with the girl. Classic
But
techniques.
before that, I'm gonna show him to everyone first. It's gonna be great. No one else has a gazillionaire fairy godfather. Also, when I grow up, I'm gonna be exactly like him and marry someone really handsome. Like Tia did. That way, I can be awesome too.
There's some sort of misguided logic in there that I'd like to correct. But before I can say my piece, douchebag steps in, fresh out of the commotion from the classroom behind us, and plows into the conversation with every subtlety a wrecking ball has. She is so cute. I really do love her. No shite given despite no one asking for his opinion.
Munchkin, sweetie, trust me. You don't have to marry someone for that to happen.
Oh, see, look at his face and the way, oh.
I don't.
Just do your thing, darling. I'm quite sure you can do great things on your own without lugging around an extra baggage with you.
Oh my god.
Tia married you.
Carly drops the statement without any sort of preface. Preface? The moment it lands, the douche finds himself grappling with the conversation.
Yeah, well, that's true, Munchkin, technically. But it's not the same thing.
A small frown creases the girl's eyebrows as she tries to comprehend her Tio's rather vague explanation. It's not surprising either when Luke tenses under the child's questioning gaze. It's familiar. I've seen the same look a great deal of times before on Ashton whenever he's trying to say something he can't quite phrase. Another second passes before the douche moves, kneeling in front of Kylie and placing both his hands on either side of her shoulder. Oh, kind is the last word I'll ever use to describe the man, but in this minute there's a smile on his face I can't place, tender by all means for someone as obnoxious as him. It's a curious thing to see, if not a bit odd. He can be so tender and sweet when he wants to be, and it's so nice.
Listen here, sweetie. Tia was already a great person before she met me.
Oh,
She is? But I don't see her doing anything. She's always at home.
Not always, Munchkin. Did you know she's really good at numbers?
oh, praising his wife. This is a very nice, fresh thing to see. Holy shit, when have we ever seen him praise Hana? Seriously. When? Oh my god, this is too cute right now.
You're good with them too. You helped me with my homework once.
Well, Tia's much, much better than me. She used to do maths with big numbers.
Yeah, Hana has like a degree in like, oh, let's see. You know what? Let's find out. Master's in Business Administration, major in accounting. Oh, yes, so she's worked in accounting. So yeah, she's literally very good with numbers.
Oh, like millions?
No, gazillions. And she's really, really good at it. So much so that her dad let her manage anything that had to do with it. That was even before she met me, too.
Does that mean she's better than you?
Oh, leagues, Munchkin.
Oh my god. I've never seen him put his ego aside. Like, I know he's talking to a child, but even still, I've never seen him put his ego aside and praise Hana like that. Why can't he always be like that? Because then he wouldn't be an antagonist. There's more depth to him being a jackass who can be sweet than him just being sweet all the time. You know what I mean? He's got more layers of being a character. This is also development. If he was just sweet throughout, that would not be development. Yeah, this is really, really sweet. This must be what I remembered.
Way, way better than I'll ever be.
Oh my god. So he knows. That's why his ego is so overinflated, because he feels like it's almost like a defense mechanism. he has to be like the big brooding jackass because he feels like he doesn't measure up to Hana. That makes a lot of sense. It's all just a coping mechanism. Poor guy. I would argue main character. Him. He's the main character. You just wait. I know I keep clicking down to these things. See this little red bar down here? If you start at Isabella, her red bar, pretty big. Hannah's, even bigger. Zachary's, pretty small, getting on the smaller side. Marianne's, a pretty big one. Rebecca's is pretty small. When we get to Luke, it's like not even half of this size. That's how big his storyline is. To me, doesn't that say main character? Like, imagine half of that little red bar, and that's just how much, like, ground you have to cover. He's got the tiniest little red bar of all. I guarantee you he's intended to be like the main character. That's why he's such a jackass, why everything kind of revolves around him and his house and his wife, and he's like, you know what I mean? I just feel like that. And it makes a lot of sense. For some reason, I don't think he's still talking about his wife's mathematical prowess as his voice trails off. Excuse me. In fact, if I had not been paying closer attention, I would have noticed the change in him. Wouldn't have noticed the change in him. The slight shift in his smile from one that's tender to something wistful, like remembering a memory he has always been fond of but has often kept to himself. And at the fleeting glance of it, a tiny, insignificant part of the world somehow also shifts. Opinions changing, impressions moving.
You know what? Why don't you ask Tia next time you have homework,
Okay, next time I'll ask her to help out.
See? No need to marry a good-for-nothing bloke.
Can I also tell her to not stay at home anymore? If Tia's good at it, I'm sure she can help you out too. And Papa. He computes a lot of numbers too. Tia can help him.
You go do that. I'm sure she'll love to hear it, Munchkin, even if it's been a while since.
Another silence from him. Then, without missing a beat, he turns Kylie around and lightly pats her shoulder in a gesture to end their conversation right here and there. Probably before he can say other things he's never intended to say or a child is not meant to hear.
But off you go first. I think I saw your friend run off to the other classroom. The one with the pigtails? Go say hi to her. You still have those jelly babies to give her, yes?
All right.
You know, Hana is really worried about him reacting to the news of her being pregnant, but I think he'd make a really good dad.
But wait for me, okay? I've got loads more to show you.
He's got a lot of tenderness in his heart for children, especially. I mean, especially her. I just think it's sweet. It's nice to see that he has like a nurturing, loving, tender side of him.
They put up my drawing on the bulletin the other day. I'm gonna take you there later. I'll be back.
She soon disappears behind the small crowd, none the wiser to the sudden change in mood around her. Luke straightens as soon as she's gone. The expression on his face grows less kind now that there's no one to reassure. Despite that, a chuckle still escapes me. His head quickly snaps at me, an accusing glare clear in his eyes, although it's less threatening now considering what I've witnessed earlier. Funny how one person's impression of someone can easily change with that minute detail.
Why are you laughing like that?
Don't mind me. I just saw something surprising today.
See, if he wasn't married, this would be that point where they're like, there's something sweet and almost kind. That moment, you know what I'm talking about? Beauty and the Beast. This would be like, he's all right, actually. I think he's a cheater because he truly doesn't think he deserves her. I mean, I feel like I'm also might be giving him a little too much credit, but I think he thinks he doesn't deserve her, or that she's too good for him. So he kind of doesn't, he treats himself like shit. Think of how much he drinks. He literally, his doctor has told him that he's gonna get irreversible liver damage if he keeps heavily drinking, and he doesn't listen, he doesn't care. So maybe there's something I'd like to, whenever we play Luke, I can't wait to read his backstory, because I feel like there might be some kind of, I mean, everybody else has such a fucking tragic backstory. I wouldn't be surprised if he also has one. He just thinks, you can tell based off of his behavior that, like I said, he's got a coping mechanism of just boosting an ego and being a dick to seem bigger and more powerful than everybody. He clearly is self-conscious in himself and his relationship with Hana. He drinks as a coping mechanism too, and also probably like a bit of a self-destructive behavior. Oh yes. The one thing I will not excuse about Luke is that he said the N-word. He's P-racist. Sorry, I'm still like catching up on everything you guys are saying. Give me some. Yeah. He's a complex individual, I will say that.
Don't let it bother you.
Putting it like that won't make me any less inclined to ask. What is it, woman? If this is another one of your threats, I've already told you it isn't going to work on me. That good teacher act isn't going to fool anyone.
Ooh, good teacher act. I bet you he'd like to see that.
What makes you think it has to do with you? I could have just remembered something funny. Not everything in this world revolves around you, mister.
I am not daft, Daisy. It's on your face for all the world to see. Now, say it so we can be done with this stupid talk.
I let out another laugh. More to delay than to express any sort of amusement over the matter. In truth, I don't know where to start. One wrong move, one wrong word, and I might offend the man. Oh! I didn't expect a choice. He's childish enough for that, even if what I'm about to say are just mere honest observations. Okay. I don't know. See, there's no predicting what'll make this. Sometimes you get an option from here, like we have right now, but sometimes you don't, and it's based off of like a past event of which one you go to, and there's no controlling it. So, I guess pick whichever you want. Compliment him? Alright. Let's see what our relationship status is. It went up! Alright. I'm into it. Oh, well, regardless of how he reacts, it's not like it'll have any impact on anything between us. I have no plans of getting too friendly with the man. You sure about that? You want to reconsider that? You should. Maybe you should. Though he might have some good points, emphasis on might. The best treatment I can hope myself to give him is to stop thinking of him as a sleazy douche. Watch it, it won't say sleazy douche anymore, it'll say Luke or something like that. I love that. I love those little details. Besides, after seeing that look on him, I figure someone like him can use a little compliment here and there. He probably doesn't get it much considering how coarse his own language can get.
Can't you act a wee bit polite for even a second of your life? It won't kill you. You'll easily get answers that way, you know? Instead of demanding things from people like a temperamental man-child.
I thought you were supposed to compliment him.
I'll be nice when I want to be, woman. Don't tell me what to do.
I called it. It went from saying sleazy douche and now it says Luke.
And here I was just thinking how you're doing a brilliant job as Kylie's guardian. Was I mistaken?
Was I mistaken?
Also, his voice actor is putting in work. He's so expressive with his lines. Easily the most expressive with his lines than anybody else in this whole game. The way he reads his lines is so funny.
What? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Stop playing dumb. I hate to admit it, But you actually seem to be good with kids. Possibly even better than most of the teachers here.
Also, maybe that's a good thing for him to hear. Like, I know it's... I don't think this is gonna end up with Hana having a baby, but he was, like, not into the idea of putting a nursery in their mansion when they were redoing everything, and maybe hearing that he's good with kids from somebody other than his wife might, like, make him think, oh yeah, maybe having a kid wouldn't be so bad. Thank you. I know this is such a good game. And there's just so much to the game. Like, it's really like watching a movie, and like you get so invested with everybody. You can't just, I mean, I know Nate just jumped in, but you can't just like jump. You really need to like take the time to get to know everybody. I feel like I'm doing so much talking. I just gush over this game. I first watched this game be played like 6 or 7 years ago. So it's been out for a long time, and it's some games just like stick with me, you know what I mean? And this is one of them. So I'm so happy that you like this game. You're already invested. Is not gonna have the baby. Yeah, I agree. I don't think she's gonna have the baby either. But, I mean, you can always hope for a better future.
What do you know?
I've expected him to just take it all in, bloat his ego more, and even brag about it. I want something to happen with his face. Instead, what I get from him is a sound resembling a squawk. Or maybe that's just him choking on his own pride. I can't tell above the hubbub surrounding us. But when I glance at him, only a mortified expression is on his face.
No.
Whoa!
No? You should be proud of yourself. At least there's this one good thing about you. Isn't that nice to hear? Pretty sure not a lot of compliments get thrown around about you, knowing how you are.
There are a lot of good things about me, Daisy.
Oh.
My hair, for one. There's also my extraordinary good looks. Wax lyrical about those all you want. I'd be happy to hear it any day. Praise anything about me but that.
What is so repulsive about it? Even Kylie likes you. Shouldn't that tell you anything about yourself?
Kylie is one kid, not even my own. Trust me, you do not want to see me bring a spawn of my own into this world. This will be an abomination.
Oh my god. This is not a reflection of Hana at all. This is entirely Luke's inner monologue and how he feels about himself. Like, he literally just said, like, compliment my hair or my looks all you want. It's all outward. Like, everything that he wants to present to the world. But he knows who he is on the inside, and he does not like who he is on the inside. So he's just saying that. Like, I do not want to bring a mini me into this world because it... based off of my internal workings, this kid is gonna be fucked up. Yeah, I'll bet you it is. I'll bet you Luke had a fucked up childhood. And then he met Hana, saw a ticket out of his shitty life, and married her. And then now he has lots of money. I feel really bad for Luke, and yeah, he does have some trauma. That's I don't know, this is making me like Luke more, just how complex he is. He's very fucked up, but he plays fucked up so well. Definitely, yeah, he's got some trauma. Alright, let's keep moving. I want to know what it is.
Is that what you keep telling yourself?
Maybe. Is it any of your business?
No. But if I didn't know any better, I'd say this is because you yourself think you're a little piece of shite and somehow it'll pass on. It doesn't work like that, by the way.
Oh! He's like, you read me like a book, woman. That last remark just came out. There might be a sliver of truth in it, but I shouldn't have phrased it like that. Even for my own standards or the kind of person I'm talking to, it's still quite rude. An apology is already at my throat, but the minute I open my mouth, all of what I've prepared myself to say dissipates, lost at the moment in front of me. He has turned to gaze outside, staring at some point past the buildings blocking the view of the sky, equally lost in his thoughts. Yeah, she did. Oh, man. Alright, you're a good man, Luke. You're a good man. You're fucked up. You got some internal racism to work out and deal with, but you're a sweet boy. Pat him on the head with your cursor for me. He deserves it. I just like how it's like, oh. I hope that yeah, there you go. I was gonna say, I hope that took care of that need for you. I read that already. He's a vexing man. I love the word vexing. He's a vexing man under so many standards. However, in this moment, the morning light streaming through the window lends his features a certain air. Oh, are you seeing him in a new light, Becca? Are you noticing the beautiful features of his face? You just know that if he wasn't married, like, all of this is like setting up something between the two of them to be like, oh, I've noticed that he actually looks very nice and he's kind to children. Softer, less severe than what he often flaunts. I might as well be looking at a different man. There's a tender note in his voice when he finds it, the words muttered under his breath, not intended for anyone but himself. Nevertheless, it reaches my ears, unintentional as it may be.
You're right.
Oh! Dude! He hates himself. He hates himself. It's all just a front. The asshole persona is all just a front.
She deserves someone far better than me.
I'm actually gonna fucking cry. Shut up. All that talk about self-worth makes some sense now. It isn't some profound knowledge he pulled out of his I don't like to say the word arse. I'm gonna say ass. Ass. It has come from about because he's already been there, likely still stuck in the middle of it. Preaching about your own personal experience is easier after all. Less room for mistakes, more for a dose of self-loathing. What a complicated man. I feel like I literally just said that exact thing not a few minutes ago. I said he's a very either complex or complicated man. Just when you thought you've already figured him out, he does one thing and says the other. People like him are the most difficult to gauge, far harder to understand, and I love that it's Becca getting to see this side of him. Like, who has gotten to see this side of him? Nobody. Maybe his wife, but we've only seen like a brief glimpse of him and her actually like being kind and loving to one another, where he wasn't like ego driven the whole time. It was just a very brief moment of it. Also, Maggie, I think you're right. I think it's his dad, not his mom, because remember how he has like a love for daffodils and Hannah's like, I think it's because of his mom, but we never talk about it. I think she's correct and that it is because of his mom, and I'm sure his mother, this is all just assumption, his mother passed away. She really liked daffodils. He keeps that very close to him, and his father was a jackass. That's literally the only, like, in my storyline in my head. That's kind of what I'm believing to be true. But I guess we'll find out. Yes. Definitely Marianne. Definitely not Marianne what? People like him. Oh, he was not this way with Marianne. Is that what you mean? Like, he's being this way with Rebecca, and he definitely was not with Marianne. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. I think that's what you mean. Yeah, he's been tender with Hannah a small amount, and he's been, like, openly very tender, maybe not to Rebecca directly, but, like, in her vicinity. He's really letting down his facade of his. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's just refreshing to see. And it's funny that it's Rebecca. I don't know. It just is. I don't know if I read that, and I'm sorry if I didn't read it, but whatever. It can't be that important. Yet it might be exactly for this reason why some are so easily charmed by him. It's the mystery that catches them of wanting to find out what underneath that bravado. I think what's underneath that bravado? I won't count myself among those, yet his winning personality isn't exactly my cup of tea. But sometimes, once you get a glimpse of what's beyond that machismo, empathizing with the man isn't such a steep hill to climb. If the comfortable silence we share now tells anything, that is. Perhaps this is as close to friendship as we can get. Several insults flung around with a few shared silences in between, and that's not exactly a bad thing. He's not exactly a bad guy either, despite the awkward start we've had. Maybe it's for this reason that I can't resist throwing in a little comment to lift his mood before leaving him.
You know, Luke, you're not such a bad person.
Is that supposed to make me feel better? I'm touched, Daisy.
Take it how you will, but a little attitude change would help. A lot.
Oh, bollocks.
He knows she's right.
Right, of course. Let me know when you're done with your lecture, ma'am.
And you can probably start by not leaving your wife out while you're having some quality time with your goddaughter. Who knows? Maybe that'll help change how the child sees her.
Where did you even get the idea I'm leaving my wife out? Have you ever even met?
No, but I did see her with you two last time.
His indifferent. Oh man, he's like, what? His indifferent expression quickly dissolves into a confused scowl while I meet it with matching perplexity. It has only been 2 days. Surely his memory isn't that bad.
What? When was this?
I remember now. Rebecca saw, when they were leaving the cafe, Rebecca saw Luke pull away in the car with a woman sitting in the passenger seat, and then obviously Kylie in the back seat, but we didn't get a good look at the woman, and from the silhouette, it looked like the ghost girl. But, so now she's like, I saw your wife with you, and he's like, she was not with me because it wasn't her. And Becca's like, oh, it has to be his wife. So now she's gonna be like, so who did I see?
At the cafe, after you left. She was sitting right beside you. Kylie was at the back and you were driving.
Daisy, are you sure you haven't accidentally hit yourself with your own book? Because that damn thing's quite thick, and I'm really getting worried about you. It has only been a few days, and concussions can be dangerous. I suggest you have that checked.
Well, you asked. I just answered. It's pretty rude to make her wait like that, by the way.
How can I make her wait when she's not even with us?
What?
Oh!
It was just Kylie and I that night.
Now you're just pulling my leg.
Luke exhales a long and drawn out, his impatience rapidly changing the companionable air around us. In the face of it, I tense. I've accidentally stepped into another minefield. Any chat I've had with him so far has been like this. Why this still surprises me, escapes me, but above my worries of offending the man is my own bewilderment. I remember well enough what I saw that night, yet he says something completely different.
Wifey was out with Kylie's mummy that night. She wasn't with us. How do you think I ended up on babysitting duty?
But in the front seat. And Kylie's...
Miss Pink!
Kylie's sobs reach my ears first, and then her familiar weight returns around my waist again. Oh no, baby. Hot tears seep through my blouse as she buries her face in it, her arms winding tightly around me. Luke and I briefly exchange worried glances, his own lips shut tight with concern. Her cries are soft enough not to attract much attention. Most of the visitors have been ushered inside the rooms by now anyway. Those that still linger, though, watch as our little group with great interest and concern. If I don't get a better handle of the situation, I have a feeling Luke will start yelling at everyone soon. Kneeling, I gently pull the girl away from me, cupping her face and wiping her tears, creating little trails on her cheeks. Her mouth is drawn in a miserable pout when she peers up at me.
All right, Kylie. Calm down. What happened?
It's my friend.
That's a little too vague, Munchkin.
Let her speak, Luke. Who is it, Kylie? Melody? Or was it the other one?
Yeah.
Did the two of you fight?
She nods, then immediately clams up after, letting her sobs communicate the story instead, or as much as her shaking shoulders can tell me. Right behind me, Luke gives a nervous huff while he shifts on his feet. He must be used to handling children crying. What a wuss.
Sweetie,
Must
I
not
won't
be
be able
used.
to help you if you don't tell me what happened.
Maggie, I'm wondering if maybe you figured anything out? Question mark, question mark, question mark? I just want to know if maybe you... Because I said something at the beginning of us playing this, and you were like, oh? I want to see if maybe you've caught it. I don't want to say it. I want you to catch it. Sweetie. We gonna fight? Is her friend the ghost? Yes. Remember how I said the ghost name was name dropped? And she keeps saying Takako? Now, I'm not 100% positive, but remember how she keeps talking about a drawing and how she hung up a drawing in the hallway or something like that just a few minutes ago? I remember distinctly there is a picture of, I think it's either her holding hands with the ghost girl, like a child's crude drawing, or somehow that ghost girl is in there. And she keeps saying... Yeah, she keeps saying... Also, when she first mentioned the name Takako, she was like, oh yeah, we were learning about, like, Asia. And, like, she hasn't been home in a long time, and she really misses home, and she can't remember much about it anymore. But she's from around that type, like, place in Asia. And so I was like, learning something, I think this is correct. And so I'm pretty sure... I mean, no, you don't have to be worried. But, yeah, I just wanted to... So, something just happened where Kylie and the ghost got in some kind of spooky argument. Seconds pass before she responds again. The tears are already gone when she finally musters the strength to talk, her cries subsiding to mere sniffles.
I wanted to give her the rest of the jelly babies, but she won't come out.
Where is she?
I think they go to the... I'm sorry, I don't mean to spoil it. I think they go in the bathroom.
In the little girl's room.
I remember this scene.
Is she still there?
Another nod.
I won't say what's wrong. I kept asking her, but she told me to go away. Career Day's going to start soon. I saw the prizes Miss Alice will give us for good. She's gonna miss it.
Is that what you told her?
Yeah, she won't listen. She won't even take the jelly babies. After I saved it for her, too.
Yeah, it's about to be spooky time.
Tio Luke wanted to eat the red ones, but I told him it's not for him. Miss Pink, can you talk to her? Tell her to come out, and I'm really upset with her.
Ah, just a little childish argument then. Times like this, I'm glad I teach teenagers mature enough for petty squabbles. I do love being around children and won't mind having one or two of my own in the future, but it takes a whole different level of patience to teach several of them. I concur. I honestly admire my colleagues who willingly took the challenge. Although I have no experience of working with teenagers, so I don't have that frame of reference. Normally, I'll leave this for their homeroom teachers to fix, but I can't just ignore the imploring look she shoots me. That's another weakness I'll have to steel myself against before I ever think of having one of my own. For now, I give in to it.
Okay, tell me where she is, sweetie.
It's Spooky time. Sighing, I stand up and gesture for her to lead the way. Luke trails quietly behind us. Even with the small distance in between, his apprehension is palpable, understandably so. No one wants to be caught in the middle of a children's spat. But in the end, this is all just a part of my job. I can't just shy away from it, can I? Kylie escorts us to an adjacent hall. At this hour, the corridors and the rooms lining its sides are empty. Save for the gentle rustling of leaves, the twittering of birds outside, and the tapping of our feet against the floor, the whole area stays eerily quiet. Not unusual, though. This is the part of the building reserved for club activities at the end of the school day, and with the rest of the school busy with another event, it's only natural for it to be this deserted. Seems like the perfect place for a ghost to hang out. Come afternoon, right after class, it'll once again be filled with people. For the time being, I focus on the toilets at the far end, heading straight for it. Luke stays behind, opting to wait at the end of this drama instead, obviously not wanting to deal with another person's kid. Meanwhile, Kylie follows right after me, unusually silent as we approach the ladies' room. Sometime before we made the turn down the hallway, she stopped sniffling and started singing a tune under her breath.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Probably to brace or calm herself, or maybe this is her way of preparing to pull her friend out of her sulk. Do you know what happened? Do you get it? It certainly reminds me of another person. I make no remarks on it, however. It's all part of growing up, they say. Let her learn. The door's slightly ajar when we get to it, and from inside, the sobs of a girl echo weakly, barely audible even in this kind of hush. Turns out Kylie's not the only one upset about this. Despite the situation, a smile forms in my lips as I call out to her friend.
Hello? Hello there? You're Kylie's friend, aren't you? Melody, is it? She's looking for you.
Children can be so amusing sometimes. Granted, they can be exasperating, especially around this age, but the endearing things about them outweigh those. All you need is enough level of patience.
Career day's about to start, too. You'll have to come out, or you're going to be really late for it. Miss Alice won't be happy if one of her kids isn't there. I heard she brought little gifts for everyone who'll behave. Don't you want to receive one?
However, her cries show no signs of abating. They only grow louder. Yeah, so Kylie was sobbing. Why would she all of a sudden sing that song? So, the ghost, you might see Kylie be kind of creepy here in a moment. It's not Kylie. It's the ghost using Kylie, because I truly don't think the ghost can talk. I was just thinking about that, reading it. There's a reason why the ghost uses people to communicate. I truly don't think this ghost can speak. I mean, with how cut up and awfully, gory its body is, probably can't physically speak, or it can't speak English, being that she's of Japanese descent. Yeah, okay. Not close to a whale. Alarming, regardless.
Are you okay?
From where I'm standing, it sounds almost like she's in some kind of pain, and it's not impossible. They do that at times, hiding what ails them for fear of reprimand. If it's like that, coaxing her out might be useless. It also makes sense why she chose the loo furthest from their classroom. Wasting no time, I gesture for Kylie to wait and amble towards the door calmly so I don't alarm her. At the same time, a distant sense of déjà vu hits me. I've been in this position before, behind a door with someone crying on the other side. My calls ignored ignored as their cries grow into a wail. Just this past week, actually. Even so, being in the same situation before doesn't bring any comfort. I'm putting up for the child beside me is the thick undercurrent of worry trickling into my stomach. I take one last breath, then I nudge open the door. It all happens in the span of a second. I don't make it past 2 steps into the room. Her cries abruptly stop. Light footsteps shuffle behind me, coming to a halt at the door. My heart skips a beat. And when I turn...
Kylie?
Miss Pink? Miss Pink? Why didn't you help her?
My whole body becomes motionless at the sight of her, words catching in my throat and heart pounding rapidly against my chest. This is Kylie, I'm sure of it. Yet nothing in the manner she speaks or the way she tilts her head in question carries the youthful, innocent vibe she always brings with her. As if I'm merely looking at a dead, hollow imitation of the child.
Can't you hear her? She's asking for your help.
Oh, these lines, oh my god, it's giving me like shivers. But it is not those that trigger a memory. It's those chilling eyes, calling, beckoning.
Why won't you listen to her?
All at once, the memory returns to me. A tide that has receded and now returns to shore with an overwhelming force, carrying images of a single moment from days ago. Of a world passing by in a blur and of features I can barely discern under the little light there was. Not even a week has passed. In this minute, while I keep my eyes trained on the child before me, they return with such unbearable clarity. There are no horrid wounds this time, no blood streaming down a pale face, thank heavens. Just lips contorted into a small, twisted smile. They brim with venom. I've never expected to see in a child, sending tiny pinpricks of dread crawling up my limbs and winding up my neck.
You're a bad person. People like you deserve to die.
I can't breathe. Those whispers and laughters again. Judging, mocking, taunting, each scathing word ringing sharp and true against my ears. My throat closes in. My whole body tenses. A chill settles at the tips of my fingers, every digit gone rigid from the cold. With every single draw of breath, any struggle for air or freedom, the coils wrapped around my body tighten, dragging me down. A gradual, torturous descent into another bottomless abyss. On and on and on, until I lose touch with myself and the world.
Help me.
Until darkness claims me and, unexpectedly, a note. In the distance, harsh and piercing, cutting through the thick stupor and shattering the haze without warning.
Are you ladies done with your business here? I'll have all morning to wait for you two.
I have something to say as soon as this is over. My eyes snap open and the world shifts into place with a ragged gasp. While I glance up, a different set of eyes greet me.
Are you okay, Miss Pink?
No anger. No vile hatred in them. Just plain, sincere concern. Bit by bit, I become aware of my surroundings and myself as warmth steadily slips back to me. I've reached out for the nearby counter to steady myself at some point, and my knuckles have gone white from how rigid my grip on it is. It's over now, yet the tension hasn't left my body. My heart still hammers hard against my chest in an erratic rhythm, and my breathing still comes in short, shallow bursts. Before me, Kylie fumbles with her hands, utterly unsure of what to do to an adult in what's probably a laughable state.
Did you get sick? I'll call Tio, okay? Stay here and don't move.
No need. Just...
Okay, I'm gonna say the thing I wanted to say. Do you remember when Rose called Becca in the car on the way home from the movie. And, like, you could hear in the background, she kept going, like, help me. Becca just did that. What does that sound like? To me, it sounds like, and she even kind of described it, it sounds like she's being, like, strangled, suffocated, like she can't speak, it's hard to catch her breath. And what did I fucking say about that ghost? There's a lot of talk anytime she's around of strangulation, neck stuff, like feels like the air is being sucked out of, like you can't breathe, you feel constricted, restrained. I swear to you, something happened with this ghost girl, and she's like, this music's going crazy. There's something about strangulation. I don't know if we're gonna have a QTE. I mean, let's check real quick. I doubt it. I don't think so. No, I don't think she's gonna have one. Let's see. It's gonna be a while if she does have one. Oh man, there's so much to scrub through. Okay, there's one. Very close to the end though. Holy moly. Right here. She doesn't get hers until way later. Okay. I don't know what it is. I need to know more about this ghost girl. There's not enough is known about her. We maybe know her name. Pretty sure her name is Takako. We don't know much. She may have been like some kind of slave to the original owners of the mansion. She sure as hell was some kind of sex like slave based off of that memory fragment that we got. But I need to hurry up so I can stop listening to this music.
Just leave me alone.
Do you know how to fix you? Oh wait, okay?
I wish I can speak reassurances to her, but I can't shake it off. The dread is there, twisting in my insides in anticipation. Of what? I am no longer sure. Pushing myself off the counter, I break off into a run, brushing off the anxious look Kylie gives me when I gently push her away on my way out, or the furrow of Luke's brows when I stumble into him outside. Whatever they both saw in my face, I care not to know. Bloody hell, I don't even understand what's happening anymore. The tremors continue long after the last of my classes have ended. Although none of my students have commented on it, I've caught a few sharing anxious glances every time a pen slips from my hand or my shoulders tense whenever called. How unusual it must be for them to see the normally composed Miss Gales become a bundle of nerves. Even the most boisterous ones have given me less grief today. You'd think being on my 4th cup of tea would provide any sort of comfort, and weed, tea and weed. I know, it just looks awfully suspicious. Or is this the 5th? Egad, why does counting matter now? The fact I can't easily shake it off this time should tell me something. It felt like it was one... Oh, I know what you mean. About the QTE event, it felt like I was like, am I gonna have to do something here? You're not the only one that thought it, trust me. The last time this happened, I passed it off as some lapse in my part after having been sick the week before.
And it is a natural conclusion.
Excuse me. Those are just stories, a centuries old lore passed by the locals to keep children in line. What place doesn't have those? One of my Dawes books even went as far as to describe them as a strong part of Isabella's culture. Tree giants, women who fed on unborn children straight from a mother's womb, or hell, there's even one that story about a demon baby. What's that Mexican folklore ghost phantom lady? It's like La Llorona or La Llorona or something like that. Basically like a woman lost her babies to someone, and now she like haunts a river in Mexico, and like it's a very popular like Mexican piece of folklore. It's like, don't go by water at night, don't go walking around at night. I think it's La Llorona or something like that. I might be pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, that's like what, cuz she's not Mexican, she's Filipino, but it's just something that I thought of. All folklore that never had a smidgen of truth in it, most probably told to scare off the natives there back in the old days, much like every other one in every other place. The world is more universal than people care to think, but looking at it from where I'm standing now, I'm staring right into the eyes of that woman after all the things I've been hearing and feeling. Perhaps there's really more to that bloody letter than some awful Halloween prank, and the realization fucking hits. It took this long.
Perhaps Isabella's right all along.
Am I sensing some redemption now, Becca? Maybe. A terrible thing if true. Oh god, and there's this BS that went on. I don't even have the time to explain that. I used to remember the full story, but it's also cries nearby the water. Right. This story, I think. At least from what I have heard about that story. Yeah, I don't know a ton about that legend or that like ghostly thing, but I know that's like the bare bones minimum. She's like looking for like a child to take the place of her child that was taken from her, something like that. So, oh shit. Though that thought doesn't linger long, thankfully. Soon the ringing of my mobile takes my attention away from it. An unfamiliar name flashes before me once the screen lights up and my brows knit together. Why is she calling her? I don't remember this happening in Marianne's playthrough. Marianne McCullough. Why does she have her saved? This is Becca's phone. Oh, they met in the library. That's right. They kind of they became sort of friends in the library. Staring hard at the screen, I try to remember when I've entered this person on my contact list. I had to think about it for a second too. It takes a moment, but then it clicks. Or when it clicks, my eye zeroes in on the book lying wide open on my table. Loaned out from the library almost a week ago, I met the woman there by sheer coincidence, a fellow history buff apparently. Nate, hello? We were after the same book, but in the end, she's given it to me under the condition that I call her once I'm done. To be honest, I've completely forgotten about it until now, and well, I haven't really taken a peek at it until today. Normally, I'd be done with the whole volume of this size by a few days after taking it out, about 1 or 2 depending on how busy I am. But finding a chance to sit down and read, though it has been more difficult, or read through, it has been more difficult lately than I anticipated. One moment I'm busy simply grading worksheets, attending a movie premiere the next, then someone suddenly inviting me out for one reason or another. Days later, a friend stops showing up in her flat right after worrying reports pop up in the local news. There simply isn't enough time to breathe and get a grip on things. I have been flipping through the pages of said book moments ago, though never really reading anything and merely hoping for a distraction. To no avail. My phone gives out another ring, and this time I do not hesitate to answer.
Marianne?
Hello. Here I was starting to wonder if it was a bad time to call. Is it?
No, not at all. I dismissed my last class a few minutes ago. I'm pretty much free for the rest of the afternoon. Unless something comes up. Is this about last time? The book?
Not really. I was hoping to ask you about some other thing.
Oh, sure. What about?
You grew up in this city, didn't you?
What are you getting at, Marianne? It's a peculiar question to ask to someone you've just met, but I answer her nevertheless. I'm more curious where she's heading with this by starting with that.
Born and raised, third-generation migrant. Why do you ask?
So, you must be familiar with the local lore. The, stories?
Quite. If I'm going to teach about history, I'd like to think I am, yeah? But a family friend would be a better person to ask. If you want, I can contact him for you.
No, let's just keep this thing between us, okay? It's nothing too big. And Alright. I really don't know how else to put this without sounding a bit crazy. But things have been really, odd. Do you remember the mansion I mentioned back when we met? My current project?
In hindsight, I should have expected it'll lead to this. She must not have lived here long if she's just asking about this now. It didn't take a week with Isabella when she arrived, but that's Isabella, superstitious down to the last hair. Though it won't be too far off to think Marianne has only started thinking about this recently. She's working on the damn house itself. I must admit, even I'm curious now, despite living here for so many years and having so many chances to look it up before.
The Ermengarde Mansion, yes?
Yes, that one. And, the thing is... Oh dear, this is a bad idea. You know what? Just forget I ever called you about this. It must have been the sunny weather. It's making me sick and see stupid things.
See things?
No, wait. It's all right. I don't mind.
There's a moment's pause before she responds again. Oh yeah, Marianne's story is very fucked up too. Like, the ghost presented itself to her as her, like, teenage schoolmate who she had a crush on, but somehow accidentally killed. So her former love interest, I don't think they were ever actually together, died by falling out of like a 3-story window, and Marianne, I don't know if it was her fault. I think she just feels grief because I honestly think, and based off of the past playthrough I saw, this girl loved Marianne. Marianne may have had some feelings, but she's a very, like, reserved Catholic, and so she probably just suppressed those feelings. Her friend confessed. Marianne didn't know how to handle it. Probably somehow rejected her without meaning to. And then thought more about it and was like, no, I actually do really like her. And somehow the girl ended up dying, circumstances unknown. And Marianne blames herself, despite it probably not being her fault. And now she has to live with the guilt for the rest of her life. So the ghost would manifest itself as this dead teenage girl that was once her, like, love interest. So Marianne's been through the ringer with this ghost as well. I tell the story, then I look down and it's just like, what the fuck? This game is so much in it. It's so... Giving these little cliff notes is like... It's hard to do. She's right in that this is a silly thing to talk about, especially between what I assume two people who are pretty grounded on their beliefs with regards to these things. I won't blame her if she hesitates.
I can't believe I'm asking you about this.
I mean, Hans is gay, and he's talked about his husband openly, so I don't know if we'll ever see anything, but they live in the mansion together, and he's talked about him a couple times, so... Oh, and also, like, Marianne started to have the hots for Hannah because Hannah looks very similar to Lorraine, which is the name of her childhood crush. Oh yeah, and there was a big running joke that Hansi, which is Johans, is the butler's name, but we would often joke that him and Luke were like getting it in. And then it was like, Hans is actually gay, and we were like, now there's some credence behind this rumor. Okay.
It's fine. Why don't you just think of it as some form of research?
Well, alright. But after this, we're going to forget we ever had this talk.
My lips will be sealed. Now, what is it about the mansion?
Just, what do you know about it? The general gist. The place's past. What happened to the owners?
We are about to get lore.
Anything you can give me.
Let's see. To start off,
I do my best to give her a concise summary from the time the house was commissioned 400 years ago and who had it built, up to the point it got deserted after the last heir's death and the deed was passed on to the Ermengarde's nearest relatives. Frankly, if it weren't for those urban legends persisting, the house would have already faded into obscurity long ago, demolished even. These are the whole nothings she probably hasn't heard of before, yet there's dissatisfaction in her tone once I finish.
That's all there really is to it?
as far as I know.
This is before Marianne discovered the dungeon, but not before she discovered... This is after she found, like, the door in the cellar, I'm almost certain, because she did that, like, the day before she went into the cellar, which was the day of the party. So, this is the 27th. Party's the 28th. So Marianne knows about the, like, weird, there might be, like, a weird door, and she's already had she's had a vision of Lorraine in the cellar, so Marianne knows something's fucking up with that house. And now she's like, tell me what's up, history buff.
There's this little bit I forgot to mention about Lady Charlotte Ermengarde's death, but most of those are just theories. Aside from that, this is really everything we've been teaching all these years.
What little things? Don't just say that, Rebecca. What's the little thing about her death?
Should there be anything more?
No mention of any other weird stuff? Other crazy stories? Or a letter of some sort?
My blood runs cold. Any warmth and comfort the tea I've drank has given me prior, it's instantly been drained out of me. The phone creaks softly as my light hold on it turns into a firm grip. This whole letter bullshit is starting to turn into more than a coincidence.
None that I've heard or read of. What does a letter have to do with this?
Oh, no. It was just something I came across.
Everybody is so concerned about, like, sounding crazy, but, like, everybody has witnessed something so far. They all have very interlacing stories, but nobody's, like, got the balls to be like, this is letter, and it says, help me, help me, help me, help me, all over it, and they're always like, that's what I fucking saw. Nobody will do it. Nobody will do it.
Ignore it. Random thoughts, you know? By the way, I need to run. Thanks for answering my questions.
Becca, what was the weird way that Lady Ermengarde died? You can't just say that and then not add onto that. Oh, she ends the call abruptly with only a clipped goodbye, leaving my mind heavy with even more thoughts. The mood around my classroom has gone considerably denser in light of what little I've gleaned from that conversation. I don't think Marianne's lying about her intent. Her interest is genuine. I give her that. But she's left a lot of things out. So did you, Becca! So did you! I get the sense she only asked because something's happening around her, too. And if she haven't mentioned the letter, I probably wouldn't have made the connection.
Just what the hell did we get ourselves into?
Of course, there's still a lot of confusing details in this. All of these are just assumptions. No concrete conclusion to be formed with what we have, and if we want to find out what we're really dealing with, I think Marianne's right. There might be something more to those stories. As absurd as it sounds, the very place that gave us that letter might tell us something beyond what we know. And tomorrow night, I have a few hours of that chance at the housewarming party. Today, totally not an exciting thought, since the place is privately owned now. I can't just wander around. But it's enough reason to keep the dread at bay as I step out of my room ready to put an end to this day. Oh! You're still here? However, all those good vibes disappear into thin air when I run headfirst into Luke. There's really something about this man. Regardless of how much my opinion of him has changed over the span of a few hours, he simply blasts through every good impression people have of him without care or thought. He doesn't even need to open his mouth, his mere presence does it. In all honesty, I think he's the kind of guy only a mother could love.
You're still here?
That's what I said!
Obviously. Who do you think's standing in front of you?
Oh.
An ass.
Oh, come on, Daisy. You've done better than that. Losing your touch?
Oh, he's testing the waters.
Luke, I don't have time for this. I'm heading home, and your face is the last thing I want to see before I leave. What do you want?
Belatedly, I notice his hand, partly raised, almost poised for a knock. On the door? Oh, he was going to enter her class? At a slight lift of an eyebrow, he quickly drops it to his side and turns to Kylie. She's standing a few steps away from him, holding her hands behind her back and toeing at something on the floor with the tip of her shoe. Then he proceeds to make vague gestures at me and the child. He resembles a fish plopping for air with the way he's moving his arms, though I think he's trying to urge her to speak up.
Munchkin, I thought you wanted to tell her something.
You do it, Tio.
This wasn't my idea, darling.
Don't worry. I won't tell Tia what you told me the other day. And this morning.
Luke exhales, rolling his eyes at the ceiling and maybe praying for the universe to grant him more patience. He knows a losing battle when he sees one. He may act worse than a 5-year-old throwing a tantrum at times, but he's no match for an actual child. Nothing better than being served a dose of his own medicine, huh? Once his frustration has been promptly let out, he points a rude finger at me. I do my best to stare the offending digit down, and I can already hear the demand before it's even out of his lips.
You, come with us.
What makes you think I will?
Because little Rugrat here is upset and worried, and it's your bloody fault. I've no idea what happened this morning, but if you don't come with us, I won't be hearing the end of it from her. So do me a favor, Daisy, and just be glad I'm inviting you.
You're asking for a favor, and you can't be bothered to be polite? I don't know. It's been a really busy day for me. I kind of miss my couch.
Well, hello, sailor. Oh, man.
Daisy, you just...
Look at him blush! Ah! Ooh, he gets so flustered with her. It's so cute.
Just say yes.
A pause follows, almost too dramatic. Afterwards, his face twists into something between a grimace and a smile. As it happens, he appears like he's in a lot of physical pain. You'd think the man is getting an aneurysm by simply being polite.
Please?
Oh, say that again, Luke.
Tio said it'll be his treat.
What? I said no such thing, Munchkin. I only agreed to this because you requested it. I'm under no obligation to feed her.
I promise we'll be quiet the next time I visit.
Oh, all right, but just one meal and make it the cheapest.
He and Ashton will get along famously on that department. On a different front, the offer of free dinner does sound enticing, however half-heartedly given it is. Mostly because Kylie has wisely put on her puppy eyes, and by the second I find all my choices slipping away from me.
See, Miss Pink? It'll be fun!
Are they gonna go out to
You
dinner?
don't have to feel sad anymore, okay?
Oh, well,
My mobile buzzes from my pocket, cutting me mid-sentence, and for a second, I'm spared from the act of giving an answer I'll regret either way. Fishing the gadget out, I wave a hand at him and excuse myself. A disgruntled expression is on Luke's face before I turn away. I'd be lying if I say if it didn't amuse me. He's as eager to be done with this as I am, but what can I do? Checking, a message from Ashton shows up. Hey, Becca. Hey, Becca, I'll be around Salemwell this evening. Need to meet someone in the area. I might have to drop by yours and Isabella's place after that. See ya. Just the usual. Unlike what he does to Zachary, Ashton has the decency to let us know when he's dropping by, or if he's in the area for some business. From the way it's phrased, it sounds to be the latter. Either way, I'm glad he's at least aware of that boundary. Not that Isabella's ever going to let him leave the building unscathed if he ever pulls the same stunt he does with the other man. Yeah, Zach mentioned Rip Zach. I cringe to imagine what she'll do to him. Sighing, I slip the gadget back to my pocket, but looking up to see Luke's utter impatience on his face, I now face a different dilemma. The two of them are still waiting. Ooh, are we going to be given a choice? The two of them are still waiting, and knowing the kind of person Luke is, this is already a grand gesture of goodwill coming from him. All to please his godchild. His denials aside, it's easy to tell he's really fond of Kylie from his actions alone. I kinda hate to ruin that.
Well, Daisy, we're waiting here.
On the other hand, there's Ash. His message doesn't exactly imply he's going to wait or he's expecting me to be there, but there are matters I hope to discuss with him in person, to put it simply. Housewarming party matters. With inviting Isabella out of the question, I only have Zachary and Ashton. Although the former has already made it clear he'll be busy this week, and well, Ashton has been my first choice from the start. Oh yeah, Becca has a big boner for Ashton. They've been childhood friends since they've been like very, very little, but she doesn't have the balls to tell him. So she just gets butthurt and jealous anytime that Ashton, who has a crush on Bella, like makes kind of passes and or like is openly kind and respectful to Bella, who I don't know if she cares for him in that way, but Becca gets big mad. And then that influences her being a dick to Bella. Okay, yeah, I hope it gives us the choice. Even if he detests attending gatherings like this, it's company that counts. We can be miserable together. But that's the problem, isn't it? He hates them, and it's very likely his answer will be a flat no. I'd rather not hear that. If by some miracle he agrees to it, he'll probably be sulking the whole party. Not really a tough choice when you put it like that, still. Yes! Tough choice, but I have to pick one. I have other things to do are okay, but only because Kylie asked. God, I don't even know what I would choose. Like, I really want to go eat supper with Luke and Kylie, but I also want to know what maybe Ash has to say. I don't know. You want more Luke time? Okay, we'll do it. Hold on. I just gotta see how this, like, impacts anything. Okay. Ooh, okay. Here we go. This is a good... So, it's based off top and bottom. This will be the top choice, and here's the bottom choice. So, here's what we have to look forward to. So, there's nothing up until right here. And then, but if you look at the top option, all the stuff happens at the beginning, but then there's nothing until this whole line ends. Arguably, there's more stuff up in the Ashton line, going with Ashton, than there is down here with the Luke and the path. So if you guys want to do that, okay. In the end, let's see what... Oh! I kind of love that. They're in nobody else's. Isabella didn't really interact with Luke and Hana much. In Hana's, Luke is down below. So the bar is where it started. Like, that's where your relationship started. And then you can further decrease or increase from there. Zachary, Luke is... I mean, he's got a low bar, but Marianne, look how Luke's went down. Look how high Hana's went up. Becca's is the only person who's been able to befriend Luke more than the starting amount. All right, do we want to stop here, or do we want to go for a few more minutes and see how this kind of plays out? I don't care. Up to you guys. I can go for a little bit longer, but not terribly longer, but we can at least see how this plays out. You eepy? Okay. Let's just get out of this scene, and then we'll wrap it up. Alright, in the end, it's my own fondness for Kylie that wins out, and our fondness for Luke. Chances are I'll only have to endure his presence for an hour or so. If it lasts more than that, I can make up an excuse, a sudden call from a friend, or things to work on. It doesn't seem so bad when I think of the pros and cons. At best, it'll be a quiet dinner. At worst, it'll be an awkward affair we're both eager to be rid of. I'm leaning more on the latter happening, hoping for the former, of course.
Okay, but only because Kylie asked.
Did you guys see his eyes? His eyes were like, whoa, really? Did you see that? Look at her, she's so cute. What a sweetie pie. Kylie's face instantly lights up. For the third time today, she tackles me into a hug before pulling away and dragging me by the hand towards the building's exit. Because I heard sleep. Anywho's, yeah, me neither. I'm probably gonna head to bed. Okay, yeah, don't worry, we're gonna wrap this up very quickly here.
That's alright. I'm sure Tio doesn't mind. He let me pick where we're going to eat. Don't worry, it's just close.
Luke follows closely behind, and perhaps out of some desire to keep the dead air away, I can't resist throwing in a quip.
Keep your distance. You better not do anything funny, you hear?
I'm the one who should keep my distance. May I remind you who approached me first and what you did right after?
Oh, I remember it clearly. But perhaps it's you who needs a reminder. You seem to have never learned your lesson. Care we give it another try? Maybe this time it'll stick.
Not yet. I mean, maybe starting to be possessed. Because she was awful jealous. So I'm worried about the implications later. No, all that happened, her being... Why did that sound so hot? No, Hana being possessed didn't really, like, take full throttle until the night of the party where Rochelle was like, I'm not gonna... Ooh, Nate, I forgot to tell you a piece of information. So we played Hana first, and that when they had their housewarming party, we were able to witness that. And there's a friend of the police chief and his wife who is pregnant. They're friends. They're also like wealthy, like upper class people that they know very well. And Hana and Rochelle, the police's wife, they were really good friends, and Hana would speak highly of her all the time. Well, at the party, nobody had seen Rochelle. Like, Hana, anytime she's like, where's Rochelle been? Like, anytime she talked to the police officer, he's like, oh, she's busy with her pregnant shit and whatever. That's not what he said, but basically. And so we never saw Rochelle up until the party when Rochelle makes an appearance and is like, Luke shows up late to the party, and he's dancing with Hana and schmoozing with everybody, and then all of a sudden Rochelle shows up and she's like, I'm pregnant with that bastard's kid. So Luke knocked up this lady friend of Hannah's. And now, come to find out, as we were playing Zach, Hannah's also pregnant. So, and then the very next day, Hannah, like, loses it and is full possessed. So I think whatever happened at that party just, like, snapped something in her brain and, like, made her be, like, and then she's all very, like, yandere, like, possessive of Luke and being like, don't go to work, stay home with me, you don't even need your butler, I'll do whatever you need me to do, I'll get you dressed, I'll brush your hair, I'll blah, 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 we don't even need him. And then she, like, was homophobic towards their butler, and just like, go be a sodomite elsewhere. And it's like, oh my god, girl. Yeah, Hannah was like fucking banana pancakes. Okay, let's keep plowing forward just a little bit.
Maybe this time it'll stick.
You little bitch.
You think you're scary? Well, I'll show you what's scary.
Oh my god, please do show me what's scary. To my surprise, his tone lacks the usual sardonic tone in it, and briefly I paused to stare at him. He quickly shuts his mouth right after and walks ahead of us. All talk and no trousers like the usual, and for the better part of our walk, except for Kylie's excited chatter, we don't speak. It better be a promise. Somehow I have this strange feeling I'm already getting used to this kind of banter with him. You're getting used to it? Is it becoming familiar to you? I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. And amidst this newfound friendship, dare I call it that? Oh my god, she's actually using the word friendship. Ashton's message lays forgotten and abandoned in my pocket. Dinner date! Aww! Okay. I think we should save here. As much as I want to keep playing, I think we should say, yeah, I know, I saw that no trousers bit. I think we should save here. Let's take a quick look at the branching tree one more time. Okay, yeah. We haven't even started this whole mumbo jumbo. Alright. I think we'll be... Oh, she finally moves on from Ash for a bit. Yeah, this is a pleasant distraction from Ash for Becca. I love this dynamic. I love the fact that Kylie's the glue holding these two fucking people together. Luke is such a bastard, but Becca is so, like, hard-headed. They mesh so well. Ooh, I love it, actually. What would their ship name be? Rebecca. It'd either be like Lou Becca or like Reek. Like R-E-K-E, Reek. Or, I don't know, let me look at their names together. Rebecca, Luke. Yeah, I like Lou Becca. What about just... Yeah, I like that. Reek! You could do Book, Buke, or Rook, or I like Reek. Oh, okay. Alright, we're gonna be done. Oh, let's see if I can show you, Nate. Gallery. Oh, yeah, here's the ghost girl. That's a good image of the ghost girl. Here's the same one, but she turns into a smile. Let's see what else I can find. Here's Zach being a literal angel baby and buying Isabella some cinnamon rolls. What is this? Epilogue, we're not there yet. Memory fragments, 12%. See, look at this shit. Look at this. We got this one way down here, and look at how many there were before. Or maybe it's just scattered about. I don't know, dude. But here, I'll let you look at that, Nate. This is what we got from Zach dying. And yeah, it's exactly what it looks to be. And I'm almost 100% certain that that is the black-haired girl who is the demon girl. Almost 100% certain. Also, this is the first owner of the mansion, the Charlotte Ermengarde that Becca was talking about, who died in a very odd way that she didn't disclose any further. That's that picture. Yeah. Imagine when I watched the playthrough of this prior, they never got one of these memory fragments. So when we got one, I was like jaw fucking dropped. I couldn't believe it because I knew not much lore about this ghost girl. Not much background lore. They really hold on to that background lore with a tight fucking grip because they don't want you. Trailer, music, art book. These are all my chiefs. God, look at all of them. Holy hell, there's a lot of them. What's that? Oh, nothing. And this takes you to the trailer. Oh, you should watch the theme song. It's banging. I'm just clicking through some shit. I'm just gonna exit. I just mainly wanted to show you that, memory fragment. Oh, it's frozen for a second. Okay. Alright. This is why Kylie is friends. I see why Kylie is friends with her. Well, kids and ghosts, they have weird, you know. I don't have to say it. Kids have higher intuition and stuff like that. Whatever, you know what I mean. This is the latest I've stayed up in Wiz. I am up this late almost every night. Later than this. I try to go to sleep about midnight. That's my typical bedtime. Yeah, they really do want you to work for the lore. Okay, I'm ending it now. It's almost 11:30 and I want to go downstairs. It's time for me to go to bed. Alright, thanks for watching. Hey Nate, thanks for tuning in and kind of learning a little bit about the game. I hope you tune in next time. Alright. We'll let you know. Okay. Good night, y'all. Bye.